Welcome to 2004 Podcast Odyssey. I'm Javon Gordon.
I'm Bobby DeVore. Today's a special day.
We are continuing our series on Moral Orels. And starting on Season 3, the first part of a 3-part trilogy of episodes covering Season 3. Instead of the episode by episode, couple episode by episode.
Dual episode by episode.
Huh?
Dual episode by dual episode.
Yeah, dual episode by dual episode versus another episode series we did previously. We are doing
dual mono.
A sort of 3-part trilogy covering the show in different aspects of Season 3 instead of... We're going to talk about every episode, but it's just in a panoramic view of the entire season. Just a broad, starting with the chronology, and I need to see the notes of the of how we're doing the trilogy again. Is this that?
Oh no, you mean this?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, character. What's that say?
Which one?
Can't read your handwriting.
Which one?
The first one.
Chronology and structure, man.
You know, I can't read, what do they call it? The way they wrote the Constitution.
Calligraphy? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. All right.
I thought you were going to say Arabic.
I can't read that either. Chronology and structure of the season. Because some of these episodes take place before, during, and after the Season 2 finale, Nature. Yep. As well as some episodes taking place before the whole of the series. Some episodes are focused on main characters during this season, during the events of Nature, before and after, or some episodes take place during the events of Season 2. While Orel was doing this or that, what those characters were doing.
Yeah. The not main characters, the side characters.
The show is the most view of a city of the show, like the most the Wire Balzac nature of the season of Moral Orel. Because the show's been focused on Orel and his family. The show's never focused on other characters or other aspects of the city before.
Yes and no. I mean, it's touched on it. Nothing in this detail like we see in Season 3.
Orel's not necessarily involved in these plots.
Yeah.
Because Orel has been involved. Like with Season 2 in that episode with the principal, Orel was still part of that plot.
Yeah. He moved the story along. Yeah. In this, characters move their own stories along.
Yeah, and Orel doesn't even know what's happening.
Yeah, okay.
And so, Season 3, structure and characters. Let's go. Need to see the screen real quick. Season 3 starts with Numb. First episode focuses on Blaberta and what's going on with her emotionally and, what she's just doing during the events of Nature. The Season 2 finale, which a lot of the season is chronologically based around.
Yeah. I think that it kind of...
It sets that...
Precedence.
Yeah.
And it
Precedent.
Also... Precedent?
Yeah. President. It's president you look for.
Oh, okay.
And VP and... Speaker of the House. And all right.
So
Labor Secretary.
So doesn't this is like the episode that involves that Mountain Goat song that you love so dearly?
This is the song that made me fall in love with the Mountain Goats. That's when I discovered my favorite band from Moral Orel from this episode, the beginning of this episode when they played. You got that in the notes.
No Children.
Yeah, by Mountain Goats.
From 2001 Tallahassee album.
Yeah. Which is a perfect song choice since it has the same theme of, marital disharmony.
Yeah. And addiction.
It's a concept album about marital disharmony.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll get to that theme next episode when we talk about themes.
Okay. One of the things in in Numb that recurs here, you see Clay's pissy pillow in this episode.
Yeah.
I've made a note of that. But this is
and he also plays Playboy Cardi's Pissy Pamper, or Kid Cudi. All right. The second episode, Grounded, takes place before Nature, sometime during Season 2.
So Innocence takes place before Grounded.
Yes.
And Innocence, so Grounded takes place 4 weeks before nature, and then Innocence takes place a day before nature, or a day before Grounded.
Day before Grounded. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the events that led up to the events of season 2 of episode 2, Grounded.
Huh?
So Innocence
Innocence explains
why they took the actions they took in Grounded.
Yes.
All
So
right.
episode 3 explains
which
why episode 2 happened.
But these 2 episodes take place during season 2 because the events of Innocence, what they realized is led to them. They realized in
Episode 16 of season 2, School Pageant.
Grounded takes place after School Pageant, episode 16
of season 2.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, man. It's.
Dude, I tried to get Javon to hash this out before we did this video, and he was like, "Nah, man, I got it. We'll just jump into it."
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
We're not extremely structured like that, man. What do you expect here? This ain't Age of Napoleon. This isn't.
Javon does a really good Steve-O impression.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why I sound like.
Dude.
Stop reminding me of somebody that unfunny. All right, Steve-O, I have nothing against you. You're just not funny. All right.
Yeah, you're okay.
You're funny.
If you want to come on the podcast, man.
Yeah, that's not a great way to invite him. I'll be honest.
We'd be honored.
I would.
Dude, I will puke on you. I will make myself vomit on you.
I will make a joke about Ryan Dunn that'll make you uncomfortable and angry. So please come. All right. In episode 4 is another episode that takes place during nature.
This episode 4 takes place during nature. So
Yeah.
that's Alone. That's the
darkest episode of the season.
Is it?
The episode that made Adult Swim cancel the show.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if it's the darkest, but it's the one that.
This one's all about Nurse Bindi.
No, it's not. It's about 3 women in town, including Nurse Bindi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
Nurse Bindi, the coach at Oral School. I mean, the teacher at Oral School. His teacher, Miss I forget her name, and Censordahl, Miss Censordahl, the librarian. Oral's teacher at his school, Miss Sculptham, and yeah, that's it.
Well, also the ice cream salesman.
It's not about him. But he's part of Miss Sculptham's plot. Yeah. We're not talking about the plots. We're just talking about who the episode focused on.
Okay.
Yeah, we can get to that in the second episode.
Yeah.
Go back to the screen of season 3 on HBO Max. We're having a lot of fun on that right now.
Yeah. Trigger. So Trigger happens, I want to say like a couple weeks prior to Nature.
It's the events leading up to Nature, and it's about Oral's best friend and one of the show's side characters, one of the show's central side characters.
Dowie. Yeah,
Dowie, and his parental neglect.
Yeah, and his want for parental attention.
Yes.
So
that's for parental neglect. That's what I meant by parental neglect.
Well, you're talking about Dowie's parental neglect.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But he's getting that.
Yeah, he's getting neglected by his parents.
Well, he's getting some side pee from Moral's dad.
Yes, he's
some side parenting.
Yes,
side parental guidance. He's getting some parental guidance on the low. From the neighbor next door.
Not the neighbor next door.
Down the street. Fuck, man. Who cares?
You don't live.
Do you know where? Could we hash out the map of Oralton and Centerville?
I mean, there's enough establishing shots that we could look and probably try to figure it out.
You're not wrong. You're really not wrong. I mean, we see the way the town is laid out at the beginning of each show. Didn't we talk about how there's like no alleyways?
Yeah, we did.
But I think there are alleyways.
Yeah, there are alleyways. We just didn't see them in the.
Yeah, there are very obvious alleyways in the opening shots.
Yeah.
You just gotta look and think. But Trigger takes place before Nature. Dowie is a way better shot than Oral. Yeah. Oral sucks at shooting a gun.
Which is what gets some attention from Clay in the episode.
Yeah. And
until Oral improves, I think.
Until Oral improves.
And he improves because he remembers... because he hates his dad, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Gets mad at his dad, starts having homicidal fantasies.
Pretty much, yeah.
And
something like that.
Number 6, with a bullet, episode 6, Dumb, focusing on Joe, right? His name's Joe?
I think so.
Yeah.
Joe Second Opinion.
Is that his name?
That's his dad's name. Is Dr. Second Opinion.
Second Opinion.
Yeah. It's never mentioned in the episode Dumb, But when you go back to, it's like season 2, the episode where Orel makes that Jewish doctor like get this infection, but it's this the face of Jesus.
Yeah.
Doctor's second opinion is in that episode. That's when he debuts.
The old man.
The old man doctor, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
And that turns out, we learned in this episode that is Joe's dad.
Yeah.
Who he hates.
Yeah.
And that episode takes place, how does it take place in relation to the rest?
I'm not sure.
This is the one where we let you down, folks, because I cannot remember where it takes place in the...
I feel like that episode takes place prior to nature, but that's about it. That's about really all we get from that. It happens after that episode 6 happens after Alone, like immediately after Alone.
After Alone.
Yeah, because Nurse Bindi is Joe's mom, and
yeah.
she's all sad about not having a son or a husband to come home to because she has the bears and whatever. And this is what she uses to fill after that. She throws the bears away.
Yeah.
When
shows how Nurse Bindi's lot and Joe's lot improve.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also meet Joe's sister,
who is the nasally voice lady who holds her
hand over her nose when she answers the phone for Principal Fanky.
Does she have a man voice?
She has like a doctor, nurse girlfriend.
Yeah.
Doctor girlfriend.
Yeah, doctor girlfriend voice.
She's dressed up like a nurse, kind of, right?
Nah.
I think I'm fucking up with Nurse
Yeah,
Fanky.
you're messing up.
There's an episode of Venture Brothers where Dr. Girlfriend dresses up like a nurse.
Yeah.
They sexualize her a lot.
Yeah, she's a very sexualized character.
Yeah, which I think is great because of the voice.
There's I think every character except majority of the show's female characters. The majority of the Venture Brothers cast is male.
Yeah.
So I'd say a majority of the female characters except the Monarch's teenage daughter are sexualized.
Isn't the teenage daughter sexualized by the younger brothers, right?
Yeah, they're attracted to her, but the show doesn't sexualize them.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
They sexualize her. The show does not.
Yeah, I mean, being attracted to somebody is not automatically sexualizing them.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, for you maybe.
I don't know the difference between love and sex. There's no difference.
Dude, anytime I see an attractive person, all I can tell them about is how much I want to have sex with them. It becomes less about how they look and more about what I want to do to how they look. Dude, I swear to God, this bang energy shit just makes me a villain of a comedian.
My true self comes out.
They say that about liquor, dude. I'm a feminist when I'm drunk, but god damn it, on bang, shit. Just all the misogyny out of my pores.
Wait, what about that time you called a lady a cunt at a party? When you were drunk?
That was pre-sobering up. That was when I had a problem when I was drinking. I went sober for 2 years after that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was 19.
Yeah.
So it's easy to be sober when you're too young to drink.
Yep. All right, so.
Help.
I need somebody. And takes place. It's a flashback episode. It's actually part of like 2 episodes, episode 7 and 8, which are the background, like origin stories of Orel's parents.
Yeah.
This is Berta's episode taking place not during her childhood, but before she was married to Clay.
She's probably like in her early 20s max.
Yeah, something like that.
At this point,
she was part of a group of protesters of censor dolls.
Censor dolls, yeah.
Yeah.
And
she was the only one not married, and she felt jealous.
She was the only one not getting married. Her sister had gotten married, right? Or was engaged in the episode?
No, not her sister.
Her friend gets engaged.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was the only one not married of the girls of her friend group who were all part of this censor doll group of women who protested censor dolls.
As well as she was kind of kicked out of
her family's band. Yeah, choir.
Because they sing at like a wedding or some shit, right?
And I think she's sort of off key or something.
Yeah, she sucks at singing.
Well, not sucks. She's just kind of like pitchy. I think that's the thing.
Maybe. Or flat, something like that.
No, I think it was pitchy. I think she was just kind of all over the place. Yeah. And her dad's the only one who shows her any sort of affection in the family.
He's also a drunk?
He's an alcoholic, yeah. Which is why she connects male sensitivity or like caring, just like she has this connotation of she confused his actual affection, like fatherly affection, with the reason he's affectionate being because he's an alcoholic and not just because he cares about her.
No, because she starts drinking, she gets Clay to drink.
Yeah. That's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to say. She convinces Clay to drink because her father is an alcoholic and she thinks that's what makes men care and be nice is alcoholism.
I don't think so, man.
No,
I don't think so. Because she develops a problem. She becomes an alcoholic.
No, she doesn't.
She becomes a drunk.
On the show, she's not an alcoholic. She's a...
No, she becomes she has a little bit of a problem before she marries Clay. She's off alcohol once she marries Clay.
Because she sees it turned him into a monster.
Yeah.
But she develops another addiction. Well, not addiction, but she's...
OCD.
She becomes OCD.
But she was drinking to kind of combat that OCD, or to preoccupy anything.
Preoccupy her mind.
Yeah. And then...
She does. There's a connotation from her father of that's why she leads Clay to drink. He had never drank before.
Yeah, and then she gets him drunk.
Do you not remember that?
He becomes like more affectionate because he's drunk. Okay, I see where you're.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because her father's the only person in her family that's nice to her. She thinks there's a connection between being a drinker. Correlation, I should say. That was the word I was looking for.
Like she says in the episode outright, I think drinking makes you a better person.
Yeah, because her father drinks, and he's like the only person in her family that's nice to her.
Even though he's a coward.
He's spineless.
Yeah.
She doesn't realize that though. She appreciates any like affection. I think the Blaberta needing male affection comes up as a theme of the season, really.
Oh, yeah.
We can talk about that next episode, though. In this episode, she introduces Clay to drinking, which makes him a worse person.
Yeah.
And
makes him the absolute terrible person. He's like a really good dude.
Yeah.
He's like really straight-laced.
Yeah.
Prior to that. But we do learn in that episode that his mom died. His parents were dead.
Yes, which we learn
is a lot.
How that happened in episode 8, Passing.
Well, it's a lie that both of his parents are dead.
Oh, yeah, he says that because his father's dead to him.
Yeah.
Which you learn in episode 8.
Which...
What, I already said the episode title. Passing.
I thought we were going to... I was going to segue. We had already
he pointed to me and it was like, dun 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 dun. Same
dun, 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 dun. Isn't that A-Team?
No.
What is that?
That's Indiana Jones. Yeah.
All those 80s tracks sound the same to me.
Yeah,
man.
Except Orange Juice's Rip It Up.
Yeah.
Which he just played for me.
Like it's a good use of the white male baritone, okay?
The white male British baritone.
Yeah.
No American sounds like that when they're trying to do that. Like that
you're
black
right.
singer voice. Yeah. That's how they sound. That's that blue-eyed soul voice for a lot of, like, even David Bowie sounds like that sometimes.
I think it is a strictly British thing, though. Because when you think of blue-eyed soul in America, it's like
the
Bee Gees.
That's the Bee Gees are British.
Fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that. No, they're Australian.
No, they might be Australian.
I'm not sure.
Or something like that.
There's some type of...
I'm pretty sure they're British, though.
I think you're right. No, they're like German or something.
No, they're not. Don't even stop.
They're like Eastern
Are you
European.
trying to confuse me? Is that what you're trying to do here?
No. Not on purpose.
They're British, I'm pretty sure. It's like, what's his face's son? That Canadian dude? No, that's not. But that's like not British accented. Blue-eyed soul is what I'm thinking of. Justin Timberlake's a better reference. It's like falsetto. A lot of falsetto.
Okay, I see you.
Or blue-eyed soul, blue-eyed R&B, blue-eyed black music that isn't rapping.
I was thinking like a little further back for blue-eyed soul.
What?
Because that was they said that about Bob Seger.
I don't know Bob Seger enough.
Oh, okay. I could also be wrong about that.
Or what's that band called? Hall & Oates?
Yeah. They use a lot of falsetto.
They did? Yeah. I think falsetto is what I associate more with, like, blue-eyed black music, I guess. But all the British have this... Or...
There's like a drama to their singing.
Yeah.
It's very theatric.
So I'm trying to think of a song from the 80s of that, like, that...
Any
The
more...
Look of Love. You know a song?
What? Say it again.
The Look of Love or whatever?
Sing it again.
The Look look of love. I don't know. I think I could be wrong about that being the title of the song.
Are you talking about The Power of Love by Huey Lewis?
No.
In the News?
No.
Okay.
I'm thinking of a British band.
Oh.
Dude,
can we talk about how like Huey Lewis was so popular?
Is it The Look of Love? Yeah, ABC. The Look of Love Part 1 by ABC. No, because that's not the focus of this episode. Okay. We can't talk about it.
But in episode 8, we learn how Clay killed his mom.
Yeah.
And how that Clay was...
He indirectly killed his mom.
With ketchup.
All right, you're really making it sense. You're not really explaining that well.
He fakes his own death, and that freaks his mom out, who already has like stress levels and probably has like high blood pressure, which is causing a heart problem.
Yeah.
So he freaks her out. She has a heart attack and dies, and then he's stuck with his shithole dad, who blames him for it all.
All right, you're not real. Let me explain this better. Okay. Yeah, we learn the beginning of we get like a clue in on Clay's psychology. Well, both episodes pretty much reveal the reason how the personalities formed and the way they are today on the show.
Of Moral's parents.
Yeah.
Of Oral's parents.
Yeah.
Dude, I swear to God, we need to go back and do a fucking moral count.
How many times we say moral
instead of oral? Yeah.
Yeah. I think he did it on purpose. Like Dino named it this.
I wouldn't doubt it, honestly.
Like
yeah. Also, dude, I was watching something and they referenced these fucking Bible story shits. It might have been like a clip of The Simpsons, like Davy and Goliath or whatever.
Yeah. Did you never watch the Christian Network as a kid?
Fuck no, dude. I used to watch. I did watch Bible Man a couple times.
Yeah.
Well, you know why I watched Bible Man?
Why?
Because they made fun of it on Mad TV.
Oh yeah, I remember them doing that.
Yeah, Michael McDonald.
I think Michael
McDonald, Blue-Eyed Soul.
Oh yeah, there is a guy named yeah.
Yacht Rock.
Yeah, that's a form of Blue-Eyed Soul, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, Yacht Rock has a specific like white dude tone to it.
There is.
There's like a frattiness to it.
Yeah.
Also, Yacht Rock isn't British.
There's some British singers in that though.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure.
I'd be interested in hearing some British Yacht Rock.
We can look on another episode. We can talk about white males imitating black music on another episode.
Dude, we need somebody should set up a podcast for the side shit we talk about in this podcast.
After 2004. Posted by Chris Hardwick.
2003.
Well, that's 2005.
No.
If it's after.
No, because 2005 is an upgrade to 2004.
Why would 2003 be the one, be the talking about it?
Because it's below it. It's below 2004. It's under the surface.
Nah.
It goes down on us. What I'm saying is we need some college interns to exploit.
The beginning of...
for labor.
Of one of the true personality of Clay, his selfishness, his emotional neediness,
comes from his
mom giving him all the attention as a kid, ignoring his father,
and then crushing his soul when he learns that he was the only birth that worked out.
I mean, that's a really dramatic way to describe it.
It does. That's why he fakes his death.
Yeah, it hurt his feelings, whatever.
Yeah,
it can crush his soul. I think it's father's abuse of him. Like, it's father hitting him once and then never hitting him again.
Oh, because he's not worth it, crushed his soul.
Please stop saying crushing his soul. That is the most dramatic emo way of describing anything. That's why it's kind of annoying me, though.
Oh, okay.
It demolished his... he learns that he was the only birth that worked out because his mom was pregnant 7 times before, but she kept on doing things that will make you lose a child.
Yeah, like she smoked and drank through all pregnancies and shit.
Yeah. Never figured out how that kills children. And he faked his death, and his mom had a heart attack because she couldn't stand the idea of losing another child.
Again.
Yeah. And she died, and his father blamed him for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he did kind of.
He didn't. A heart attack it's indirectly responsible.
Yeah, it's one of those like gray areas that's going to haunt you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
But honestly, what's interesting about Clay's character, and we'll talk about this more, genuinely, it's not like he mourns his mother.
No.
It's more about the lack of
affection from his father.
Yeah, which is weird.
His mom gave him the neediness.
Yeah.
And then his father intensified the neediness by not giving him,
by abandoning him practically.
emotionally abandoning him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. It's weird though. You would think he'd be
Treating him
more,
like a mistake, pretty much.
Yeah.
But it's just like,
but you would think he'd be more about his mom. But I guess that goes his underlying selfishness.
yes. Yeah.
And
then and then
hatred
Alberto's
for
kind of
women.
responsible for bringing it out by introducing him to alcohol.
but also like his basic hatred of women because he was betrayed by his mom.
Yeah, he feels like that plays into it. Yeah, we can talk about that next episode.
Dude, that also plays into this episode.
Yes, we'll get there.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. All right, episode 9, Close Face.
Close Face. So it's a good track. No lie.
It's probably the best in show. It's the best in show song. Like actually part of the show's universe song.
Best because it means so much. I did like some of the silly shit.
Oh, like I hate you, Jesus.
Yeah, and like the Godgasm shit.
Yeah, but Close Face is probably the best.
It's genuine.
Yes. It also sounds the best to me. It just sounds like the best song.
It's heartfelt. Hits you.
It's the best diegetic. I think that's what they call the in universe song.
Nah, dude. Nah, that's a song that makes you pee when you drink it.
Diaphletic. I don't know.
That's me when I die from a heart attack in my marathon.
That's actually when you die from trying to be athletic. That's what. Diegetic is a style of fiction storytelling that presents an interior view of a world in which. All right. Yeah.
It's one of those shows that you insert pre-sex and it stops you from getting pregnant.
It's a song prophylactic. It's a song.
Just okay.
It's a song.
Comedy's all about timing, folks.
It's a song within the world of the show.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's the best song of that type.
Oh, because she does play it at the dance.
Yeah, she plays it she plays it several times in the episode.
Yeah, shit. Now I understand why you're saying that. Okay.
Yes.
But Close Face is about our favorite character, Stephanie, and her relationship with Dewey's mom.
Yes. It's a flashback, so it's another flashback episode.
I wouldn't say it's a flashback episode. It has flashbacks within the episode.
Yes, within the episode.
The whole episode's not the flashback.
Yeah, you're right.
Especially coming off the two
where does
prior.
it take place? It takes place before. Does it take place before or after season? After Nature?
That's a question. I don't think it outright says. I don't really think it outright says. It may predate Trigger.
Yeah. I mean, emotionally, that's never explained. It's just like how they are. They're just emotional teenagers forever.
Yeah. Well, also, I mean, they literally are very young. It's never mentioned how they have the money they have, but...
Yeah, we don't know what his job is.
No, they're not relatively young because they're the same age as Stephanie, and Stephanie owns the piercing sex shop.
We don't know how old Stephanie is, though.
Yeah, good point.
So we don't know how old we just know they're adults. That's all we know.
Yeah. I would say, or at the very least, early 20s.
I wouldn't say early 20s.
What were you going to say? What would you say?
I would say, like, the way Stephanie acts,
yeah,
and the way they act, I would assume, like, late 20s.
Oh, you're saying late? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm saying at least early 20s.
I don't think early 20s, though.
Really? Okay. I don't think you're wrong, but
Yeah.
I would say that would be the extent. Because we do know Dewey's parents are younger than Clay and Roberta.
Yeah. So I think the generation that...
Yeah, because they're
Stephanie
Gen Xers.
Huh?
They're Gen Xers. If you compare them to...
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Actually, we have no idea when any of this show...
Yeah, we're trying to, like, give something
We're trying to give,
it.
like, real world...
We don't even know if it's set place in 2008. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
literally no idea.
There is no time in this. There is no...
This show's kind of... like, Moralton itself is kind of permanently stuck.
In the 50s.
Yeah.
Sort of... in between 50s and, like, 80s.
Mad Men era.
Shit, yeah.
So, like,
And Close Face is...
the timeline of the show is unclear.
Yeah. Close Face is actually a really interesting episode in terms of Putty and Stephanie's relationship.
Yeah.
We see some very big progression there on Putty's behalf.
Yeah.
Being a good father. Even though in the next episode...
Even though he just recently learned.
He's like a major piece of shit from the next episode.
But this is a flashback episode.
Oh, because that goes back to season 2.
Yes.
When we see... Yeah.
And at the ending of Sundays...
Yeah.
Episode 10 of season 3, Sundays, takes place both during season 2 and after Nature, because we learn about a very small side characters. These are not even characters I didn't think they barely had any dialogue scenes.
Actually, every single dialogue scene they have is referenced back in episode 10 of season 3.
Yeah. But like barely.
Yeah.
These are very minor characters.
We really have to talk about these characters in the next video.
Yeah.
Or the next couple of videos. Because they have their own backstory.
Yeah. In this episode.
Well, in the episode, but they have their own
relation to other more major supporting characters on the show.
And they also have
what are their names?
Florence and Polly.
Polly is the blonde, correct?
Yes, Florence
is married to
the cop. The dumb cop.
What's his name?
I have it written down somewhere, but I don't remember it.
Officer Papermouth.
Yeah.
Who I believe you learned his name is Roger in this episode.
Roger?
Yeah.
I think you're right about that, actually. I might have that written down in my notes. Which this was Sundays. Yes. The name of this episode.
Yeah. It takes place during season. No, there's the earliest section takes place during season 1. Features all the speaking parts of all the on the show appearances of Polly. I don't think Polly.
Dude, it's not Polly. It's Dottie.
Dottie.
Yeah, I misread that.
Then what's the blonde's name?
Dottie.
Dottie.
Yeah.
Okay, Dottie.
The
blonde's name is Dottie, and Florence is. All right. Is Officer Papermouth's wife.
Yeah.
Who didn't divorce him.
Yeah, because this is where Putty does this whole "we're all made in God's image" speech, which is from season 2. Yes. You also get that focus on Dottie and Florence in that episode, which we'll talk about.
And we learn she left him. Florence left Papermouth.
Yeah.
Because of his behavior during season 1, during the zombie attack episode, where he was cowardly and hid under a chair in the restaurant she was at with their daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, isn't it Dottie's getting divorced?
Yes. We never, I don't think she had any, she said anything in any previous episode.
Yeah, I don't think she had any speaking role.
Did Florence?
Yeah, she had, the bake sale, which is referenced in this episode as well.
No, we see that.
Yeah. And that's,
so that takes place during events of season 1 and 2, this episode.
Yeah.
And then the ending of the episode takes place after Nature. Because we see Orel with a fucked up leg.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. So then next episode 11.
Sacrifice probably shows most, not chronologically experimental, but it's experimental in terms of being a bottle episode. Which a claymation show doesn't have to be a bottle up. It doesn't have to have a bottle episode. I don't think it saves much budget. It's claymation. It's already pretty time
Is that the one they'd never leave the house?
It's where they never leave a single location. Well, for the most part, this episode's a bottle episode. We do cut back to the house at one point.
Where's
the end.
Bottle?
Huh?
Where's the bottle of the episode?
Oh my god, dude! In the bar.
Oh, it's that episode. Okay, I was getting it confused. Okay, I'm sorry. I had that one confused with the.
With what?
This one involves Blaberta and the doctor, right?
No.
What's that one? Is that the next one?
That's the first episode. Are you thinking of Blaberta and the doctor that gives her the dildo? I mean the
chainsaw.
Yeah, whatever.
That thing? Is that the first episode?
Yeah, it's the first episode. That's Numb.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Completely. We just completely skipped over the plot of that, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah. I remember this episode is a bottle episode.
Yes.
We don't leave the bar. It's very telling about some of the characters in there. This also harkens back to Roger, to Papermouth.
What we learned about Papermouth in the previous episode.
And Putty. Papermouth and Putty.
And what Putty did in that episode as well.
Yeah, there's a confrontation.
It takes place in the bar, local bar that we see a lot throughout the show. Mm-hmm. This episode takes place after Nature and features a lot of Clay's motivation for his bitterness in this episode comes from the events of Nature.
Yeah, and the events of Numb, because he hears the conversation that Blaberta and
he
Orel
has evidence. He has evidence where he's pretty sure
of episode 1. He has
the handkerchief.
The other doctor's handkerchief.
The only doctor. Oh no, the show's main doctor.
Yeah, second opinion exists. Too,
yeah.
So,
but he's like a.
He's like disconnected. Potter's wheel.
Yeah, Potter's wheel.
Yeah.
It's a handkerchief that Blaberta kept.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, he probably thinks they had an affair.
Yeah.
Because he already knows that she cheated on him to conceive,
Shapey.
Shapey, yeah.
He knows?
Yes, he's talked about it. Like in the first episode, he talked about it.
Or he's skeptical.
Yeah, he's skeptical of his own parentage.
He's pretty...
He's pretty sure that she cheated. She doesn't know with who. She doesn't know that it's Danielle.
We find that out, though, right? Does he ever figure that out?
No, he doesn't ever figure it out. No.
Oh, but we do...
We know that.
And Blaberta gets closure that
What?
that Danielle rejects Clay, right?
What?
Yeah, I guess it's not really closure.
What are you saying right now?
Danielle rejects Clay.
Yeah, he does that in the final episode of the show.
Okay.
It doesn't happen until the final episode.
But does that have anything... Okay. No, I'm sorry. I see why you're saying that to me.
Yeah. In Sacrifice...
Who else is in Sacrifice? Is it him and...
There's Potter's Wheel, Reverend Putty, Roger.
Yeah.
And...
Oh, the bartender.
Yeah, the bartender, the female bartender at the bar.
Who I don't think has a name.
Something... He calls her... He makes some sexist jibe, so that's her name.
He makes a what?
Cleavage. Dr. Cleavage.
Oh, Vagina Stein?
Vagina Stein, that's it.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay, I had that written down.
Yeah, so Dr. Vagina...
Doesn't this episode...
Vagina Stein.
Shapey speaks in this episode,
yes.
He? Yeah. So nesting.
This episode's called Shapey Speaks. My favorite movie, Shapey Speaks. You don't get that joke. There's a movie called Garbo Speaks.
That one's way over my head.
Yeah.
My favorite YouTube game streamer is Shapey. One-E. I don't know.
I don't get that. I don't keep up with the Let's Plays.
Yeah.
In nesting, I think that episode's about Censordoll and getting eggs unbanned in town after she got them banned.
Yes, so we learned something major that's never revealed until this point. The penultimate episode of the series.
No, that's Honor. Honor's the penultimate. Oh, no, yeah, actually, you're right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Bam. The same thing. I got it fucked up.
We learned Clay's occupation in nesting.
We learn,
when does this one happen? This happens prior to, right?
No, I think it happens after.
Yeah, you're right, because Oral doesn't give a shit about him. Yeah. This is when Oral is antagonistic towards his dad.
Yeah.
So this is after Nature.
And
interesting.
This is Censordoll trying to reverse getting eggs banned in Morrilton,
which is
she did in season 2.
Her weird, and it's weird to me because she runs for mayor but doesn't end up doing it
because she thinks it's better to have control over be a weird psychosexual mother figure to Clay than to actually run the town herself.
So I don't think it's psychosexual. I think it's sociosexual because
it's psychosexual.
Because it involves more than 2 people, man.
What?
It's a social setting.
What? Dude, what are you talking about?
She manipulates Clay because Clay's relationship with his mom.
Yes.
There's more than 2 people there. There's 3 people there. So it's a social thing.
No, it isn't. It's psychosexual.
It's sociosexual.
Yeah, but sex can involve more than 2 people. What are you talking about?
Ah, shit. There's a hole in that logic.
We're going to do an episode about the term psychosexual so we can define it for you.
That was really just a callback.
In Honor, the final episode of the series.
Yes.
Yeah. Before Laura doesn't count. A special after a show comes out doesn't count. What was I say? It takes place during Christmas, just like the first episode of the show did. Mm-hmm. And it reveals at the very beginning of the episode that season 2 and 3 took place about a year after season 1. Because the first episode of Moral Orel was aired out of order by Adult Swim, with them airing the finale, which was the Christmas episode.
As the first episode.
Yeah.
So wait, no, because it happens...
Unless they decided to restructure the show's chronology.
Season 2 happens directly after season 1's beginning episode, then.
Yes.
So it doesn't happen the year after, it takes place over the year.
Yeah, over the year following.
Following, yeah.
That's what I meant to say. In the episode called Honor... Mm-hmm. Oral's it takes place after Nature, and following at least the mid part of the previous episode, Nesting.
Yes.
So there's a scene in Nesting, in the middle of Nesting, right?
Yeah, I would say the middle.
Yeah.
It's like mid-climax.
Where Censordoll gains control of Clay mentally by acting with sort of psychosexual control over him.
Yeah.
And it focuses on Oral and Coach Stopframe.
Yes.
And they're both Oral's bitterness towards resentment towards his father, trying to do the godly thing because he's still Oral at the end of the day.
And he wants to talk with somebody who gives a shit about his dad.
He wants to honor his father. That's why it's called Honor.
Yeah. Okay.
But he can't find anything honorable about him.
Yeah.
So Reverend Putty suggests that he talk to somebody who loves his father.
Yeah.
and he says, talk to Coach Stopframe, who is obsessed with Clay. Yeah, and they bond. He's the only person, also in the episode, he's the only person that Coach Stopframe does not, Orel's the only person that Coach Stopframe does not see as Clay.
Yeah.
He sees him as just himself, as
Orel. Yeah. Because Orel is like, no, I don't have anything to say on that.
No, what are you going to say?
No, it doesn't matter.
Say it so I can make fun of you for it. If it's not a well thought out thought, I want you to say.
So, Clay, like, runs to the Stopframe at this episode.
At the end of the episode.
Yeah, and, like, confesses for him, and then...
No. He goes... He's, They're looking for Orel on Christmas Day.
Because he's nowhere to be found, because he's hanging out with Stopframe.
Yeah, and they find out that he's at Stopframe, and Clay is like, what's he doing at Stopframe? Trying to take... And his brain goes to, he's trying to take Danielle's attention away from me? Is how he thinks of it.
Yeah.
And his wife, either she knew already or figured it out during what happens in the apartment once they get there. That what's going on between Clay and Stopframe.
Yeah. And
so they go there, and Clay gives this embarrassing, pleading, saying he's talking to Orel. Because I need you, Orel. But he's really talking to Stopframe as he's clearly looking in Stopframe's direction. Hiding nothing and revealing pretty much all.
Yeah.
And at this point, that's when Stopframe realizes that Clay can't love him back. He doesn't really love him. It's just he likes his attention.
Yeah.
He can't love anybody.
Because he hates himself.
He's obsessed with... He's self-absorbed completely and utterly. So he can't really, love anybody back, for real.
Okay.
Because he's always looking for that attention that his mom gave him.
Which was everything.
Then when his mom died, his father never gave him attention except physical violence.
Yeah.
So he did things to make his father hit him.
Or, no,
just hit him.
Yeah.
And
to make him feel like it was worth it.
Yeah. And
based
so
on
they go home. Orel's emotionally get defeated by that little scene and realizing there's really nothing honorable about his father. But then we get confirmation that Orel did grow up, and he grew up happy, and he had a family of his own who he treats well. He got married to the girl from the...
Girl Orel,
pretty much.
Christina.
Yeah, and she's from... what?
Little Tiny Female Christ.
What's that family's name? What religious version of Christianity are they? They're Protestant or something? Can't remember.
No, they might be Lutheran or something. They're not the proper Protestant.
They're not. Yeah.
They're not Protestant enough.
Yeah. No.
They're the right type of Protestant.
They're a different type of Christian.
They're a different type of Protestant because they're not Catholics either.
Yeah. Well, no, I think there's different types of Christianity. That's what they're mad because they're a different type of Christianity.
Yes, but the different so. Within the different types of Christianity, you have Protestants, which are multiple facets of Christianity. But the difference between Protestants and Catholics is Protestants went against the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
So Protestants, you have multiple types of Protestants. There's
a member or follower of the Western Christian churches that are separate from the Roman Catholic Church and follow the principles of the Reformation, including the Baptist, Presbyterian, and Lutheran churches.
Yes. It's a blanket term.
So I think they're Lutheran.
They're a Protestant. All Protestants are in some part Lutheran because of Martin Luther.
Yeah, but are they? I think they're a different type of Christian, different type of Protestant or whatever.
Yeah. I don't remember their name though. Continue.
Yeah, that's what they had.
And we see.
He got
Shapey
married.
And Block.
They went on to be police officers and firemen and stuff like that. So they ended up happy too.
Yeah.
Or at least
alive and well.
Forever damaged by the family's toxic environment.
Yeah.
When they were children.
And you see Orel.
Also, it pretty much confirms that they grew up. They never. Well, no. We never get any confirmation either way. But essentially, it's almost ancestral him being married to Christina since they have the same brother. Essentially.
No, that's not ancestral.
It's not, but it's a joke.
That's
it's weird that his family raised her brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that. That's one of the silly gags.
Yeah.
That just they don't have to really touch on.
And they don't.
It's better that they don't.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they would be stretching too hard to make it work.
Yeah. And that's the finale, and that's the structure of season.
It's a rough one to follow.
It's all over the place.
it's good.
Yeah.
I appreciate that about it.
Multi-layered narrative dreads and
Yeah, but I like the way it's presented. It's rough when you try to map it out yourself.
and if they hadn't gotten canceled, they would have continued the show and they would have done that, continued doing stuff like that.
I also I feel like this season wouldn't have been. I think they would have covered more ground.
Yeah.
I think they had to condense things.
They did.
I think they had to like really go at it for these stories.
There's still no show that has that same vibe consistently to me.
What vibe are you talking about?
The vibe of Moral Orel that works for me like that.
No, Full Slim, hell no.
I just mean in general. Not even BoJack Horseman is,
Yeah, you're right. BoJack Horseman, it's a different type of.
and Rick and Morty, which Dan Harmon
I think both of
is like
those.
close friends
Yeah.
with Dino, and like
Well, here's the thing: Rick and Morty and BoJack Horseman are sort of about existentialism and like that sort of shit. I think this is
they're both about Rick and Morty they both cover similar grounds. I don't think they're about philosophy exclusively. That's just one of the,
I think that they're more so about like individual sort of experience, not like a cultural thing.
so is Moral Orel. The toxic it's not Moral Orel isn't exclusively about how toxic evangelical Christianity can be. That's just one of the things the show covers.
Yeah, I guess it does cover like family dynamics.
Yeah,
like,
and so does
yeah.
Rick and Morty and BoJack Horseman,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
how the way you were raised can fuck you up.
Yeah.
which is very much a theme of
BoJack.
yeah, not so much because well, actually no, the people you were raised around can fuck you up, which is also a theme on Rick and Morty. Because Rick fucked up whatever his daughter's name is, the mom, by not being there during her childhood.
Oh, I thought you were gonna. Okay.
How caught up are you on Rick and Morty?
Haven't seen season 4.
Oh, okay. Well, you gotta watch it.
Is it?
This is also covered in season 3 as well.
Yeah. I was going down a different road.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna bring something up about a bird person.
No.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we'll talk about these themes next episode. This has been the first part of our 3-part series on Moral Orel season 3, character and structure. This has been 2004 Podcast Odyssey. I'm Javon Gordon,
I'm Bobby DeVore.
and we're out.